expense as a professional.
So as a lawyer, you're saying you would feel comfortable to legally advise us we could still do a seller financing deal as a private investment?
Well, again, what I said is I don't know,
You'd have to research it.
but I would be surprised if it's going to include seller finance. I'd be happy to research the issue, but I'm not going to put my name on it until I know.
How is it going to affect people that want to loan money to investors?
Well, they may have to get licensed. In the 39 states that did not adopt the SAFE Act, they're not requiring lenders who are individuals loaning on a specific property that they're going to have an ownership interest in, or in which their loans tied to that property, investors to do that. In California, it's not finalized. We don't know what they're going to do.
There's 39 states that you can still solicit money from private investors for a particular deal.
Yes.
What are the states?
Well, under those state laws. Now, I don't know if you're going out of state, if you run into securities laws, and depending on how you solicit. Remember, mortgage is a security. The minute you start asking someone to lend money, you're starting to get into securities laws too now.
It hasn't been a problem, though, in the past. How are they going to be making it a problem?
Well, it hasn't been a problem for who? It has been a problem for millions of homeowners who are lured into really horrible loans and basically lost everything they had. So I guess it's not a problem depending on who you're talking about. As a mortgage broker, first and foremost, if you're going to be in the lending business, then you probably should get a license. It's not that difficult.
I'm trying to find out how it's going to be affecting the investors. The private lenders that would like to be investing with other investors for profits, and that's their intent. How are they going to be impacted?
Well, you actually asked two questions. Because somebody making a single investment on a single piece of property is one thing, but I heard you say investors investing with other investors. The minute you start pulling investors together,
We're not pulling, we're talking one at a time investing.
Okay. In the 39 states, my understanding is it's not going to impact private investors are still going to be able to put their loan on a piece of property.
In 39 states?
Yeah.
And will they be able to do that in another state?
Pardon?
Will they be able to do that in any of the 39 states, or what about the other 11 states?
Yeah, I don't know. The state where I'm licensed is in California, and in California they haven't come out with the final legislation yet.
But they're planning on it.
Well, yeah, they are.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Right now we're seeing a lot of private lending interest because there's such a backlog and problem with the standard lending agencies. Do you think that we're finally getting to a point where that's going to continue to be a long-term problem, or you think this is going to be a few years and things will be back to normal?
Real estate cycles, it'll get back to normal.
Back to normal.
This is like 1990, 1991 again.
Okay.
It's probably how it's going to be in 2025. We'll do it again.
Yep.
Somehow or another. Just
Right.
it's just the way it happens.
Okay.
Great. Right. Well, thank you guys for having me up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doug. Really do appreciate your time.
Okay, I'm going to take off too. I've got
Appointments and things to do. So we're going to see more of Doug. We're going to hear more of him in the future. As we move on to this tax liens and stuff, he's somewhat interested in that. So thank you very much, Doug. We'll be talking pretty soon. Take care. I want to thank you all for showing up here today. I hope you got some of the questions answered. I'm sorry that he didn't have to leave as soon as he does, because he's got appointments. He's on the clock like the rest of us, right? So it's pushing 3 o'clock. We're about ready to call it quits for the day. If anybody wants to stay here, talk amongst ourselves and do a little bit more networking, please feel free. If you've got any questions for me, feel free. I'm trying to, at this point, line up something with Glenn Wilson, our accountant here, and also possibly America's IRA, Rick Hersey. He's right there on, I think, Upper State Street. And have that maybe be in conjunction with Equity Trust or other places that you want to deal with IRAs. So look for that in the future. Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it.